Hey folks, so I get a lot of questions on LLCs. So I want to use a little visual aid here, write some stuff down, follow along with me, and talking about what are the best practices that I see with the business owners I work with in using an LLC and some things that you just may or may not know about them. So first and foremost, if you want to go make money doing anything you want to do, you do not have to have an LLC. Talk to CPAs about this, what's best, when do you want to do it, and part of it is really coming down to liability coverage, we'll talk in a second, and the other part of it is taxation and how you want to pay your taxes and the benefits of using an LLC to do that. Some of it might be that you own real estate and you want to hold that real estate in a holding company. Again, I'll show you that in a second, or just kind of write it out. But overall, what we have seen people do is get a little confused with all the different verbiage that's out there. So let me cut it down for you. I'm going to start with a C-Corp. A C-Corp is, just think big boys, right? So we're thinking like companies that you can go buy stock in. So this is Google is a C-Corp. Disney is a C-Corp. Now each of these companies have companies underneath them that they own that maybe aren't a C-Corp. But these are for directors, these are for shareholders. You buy a piece of them. They're categorized, think bigger in the C-Corp. Now some small companies are C-Corps. Local companies I know of that are a doctor's practice that has 40 partners might be a C-Corp. But in general, think a little bit bigger. For the folks who are running their own practice or running their own business, we're probably going to be floating in the LLC realm. The LLC is a limited liability company, and so it's essentially creating a benefit to you as the owner to shield yourself away from any liabilities that fall on the company so they don't personally come over to you. So a couple things here. This is going to have what's called its EIN number, and it's the employee identifying number. So this is really going to boil it down to your Social Security number, but for a business. When you set this up, you're setting yourself up to have a business. You can go have a bank with the EIN number. You can set up a couple things with the EIN number. You can do retirement accounts. Okay, a lot of people don't do this off the bat. I've got companies that are $2 or $3 million in revenue that are just now getting to this. But if you want to give benefits to your employees, you need a LLC with the EIN number, and then you can run that. LLCs have a couple things you can do. You can do holding companies. So I'm going to put holding. And holding companies might be for real estate. So I'm going to put RE. And so the biggest thing there is people will hold this. The rent is paid to maybe a different LLC, but this is just holding the asset and titling. That's a practice. People do this for their business as well. One thing that people miss out on is understanding an LLC and a C-Corp are similar but different. They have their differences here like I've kind of explained. But one portion is an LLC can be taxed as or categorized as an S-Corp. So I'm going to put taxation. Taxation as S-Corp. An S-Corp is not an LLC. Technically, it's an LLC categorized from a tax perspective as an S-Corp, which then at this point here, we're looking at salary and we're looking at bonuses, okay? So this is when this starts to come in when you get to a certain profit level. Then you can start doing things like this. You can still do retirement accounts without this, but as a whole, this is how LLCs are structured. Best practice, open an LLC, make your money. It's going to pass through to your personal tax return, and then you can start breaking these things down as you need them into a holding company or one that creates cash flow that you operate your business out of, and that's where payroll's done, and that is where your banking's done, whereas your other holding company for your business or your real estate doesn't have any bank accounts. It's just a shell company to hold the asset. And again, some people go into C-Corp realm, but most of us don't go this route. The S-Corp is then we go, okay, we made enough money, we're going to file as an S-Corp, and then that's going to open up some tax benefits from the salary and bonus perspective. That's a little breakdown of LLCs. Hope it helps you understand. But as a big picture, you need a CPA, a lawyer to help you structure it correctly. And then usually where I come in is I help communicate what we're trying to achieve with the LLC based on cash flow, income, retirement accounts. And the CPA and lawyer and I work together with you to help to have that be accomplished. So that's a little bit of breakdown on LLCs.